Deepest V.
Deepest V.
Most unnecessary nipples on a podcast.
Deepest V. Sluttiest presenter, brackets low cut top.
Hello, I'm Laurie, hailing from partsFUNknown, and welcome to No Holds Board, the board game show, but about wrestling, but not about wrestling board games, because they are wank. Instead, we've taken good board games, and we try to cram wrestling into it. This week, I am joined by Dan Layton.
Hello, hi.
Luke Owen.
Hello there.
Sully Brown. Holly Musgrave. Hello. And wrestling expert, Jon Gracey.
Oh, hi.
John, what's your favourite wrestler?
Stone Cold Steve Austin, thanks for asking.
What's your favourite wrestler?
Oh, he's a real one, isn't he? You weren't expecting that, were you, Laurie? You thought I'd make someone up.
Oh, that would actually fit the theme of this specific game.
Well,
we're playing Say Anything.
I can't make up wrestling facts because I know too much. Inadvertently say real things. I'll try.
John's Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, I know him.
We are playing...
What's your favourite of Dave Meltzer's move?
The melted cheese.
Okay.
Very good. He just squeezes it across the body, rubs it in, and then drops his elbow.
5
Classic
stars.
Meltzer.
5 stars.
5 1/4 stars.
6 in Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, I also get that reference. Why am I here?
You're here, John, because we're playing Say Anything, a game in which we're going to be reading prompts, which would be things like, what might be my finishing move if I was a wrestler? What might my ring name be if I was a wrestler? And essentially everyone's going to have a chance to write down an answer to that in an attempt to pop each other. The person who has read the prompt gets to choose their favourite with this, the Select-O-Matic 5000, and they put it down secretly. Everyone then gets to basically bet using these little tokens as to which answer they think the prompt reader has chosen, and then points will be given out based on that.
Now, Laurie, you did just say pop each other. Pop.
Yeah.
Pop, what does that mean?
It's a wrestling thing.
You should know.
You do know
You
that.
know. For the people at home,
I'm just so that everyone at home knows what popping is. I assume it doesn't mean. They assume it doesn't mean literally exploding. I assume it's some kind of
Imagine if it did.
positive feeling.
Yeah, it's
Roman
like
Reigns hits a
it's
spear and
getting
the crowd
it's getting a big
explodes.
response. It's getting a big response. Usually a cheer. All right, Luke.
Yes.
Start us off.
Sweet.
Please read us a prompt from this pile.
Will do. I'll take the top one. I never liked the name Stone Cold Steve Austin.
My favourite.
If it were up to me, I would have called him.
Well, Holly, why don't you start us off? Luke, do you want to read the prompt again?
I will do. I never liked the name Stone Cold Steve Austin. If it were up to me, I would have called him.
1 sec.
No.
There's more.
hang on,
One
wait.
sec Steve Austin.
We're just sending it to Penguin to get it edited, and
Yeah.
then we'll come back.
Yeah, I did have to do a bit of an edit on it. Chili McFreeze, please. The big squeeze with some cheese.
Okay.
Very good.
Lovely.
Very
Well,
good.
There's also a
remembered,
nice
right?
bit of history in there
Yeah.
as well.
Nice bit of actual history.
Yeah.
So, John,
very good.
as you well know, Stone Cold Steve Austin was originally once, when they were coming up with names for him, one of them was Chili McFreeze.
Not as badass a name. This sounds like you mean it's real.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, it is
that
real.
is
Yeah.
real.
He was actually called Chili
they were gonna
McFreeze.
call him
That's
They
the
didn't
bottom
actually
line,
call him
because
it.
Chili McFreeze says so.
But it was on the list of names they were potentially going to call him.
Chili McFreeze.
Chili McFreeze made the shortlist.
Yeah.
The shortlist. Did he get a say in this?
Well, he came up
yeah.
with Stone
He came
Cold.
up
He
with
came up with Stone
Right.
Cold. Arguably better. Than the
Oh,
Chili
They were like,
McFreeze.
oh, okay. Yeah, that was
I guess
I guess we'll call you Stone Cold.
it still maintains.
I
the
thought we were
sort
coming
of-
up with names for an ice cream. Fuck.
They supposedly it was because his tea was going to go stone cold.
Yeah,
His wife
his
said
wife
to-
said.
You're
His
obsessed
wife
with
said
tea,
it.
Sullivan. You can't stop thinking about it.
Tea.
Okay, well, I never thought Stone Cold was a good name. I thought he should have been called Bad Knees Barrett.
He has got bad knees.
got bad knees.
It's got terribly bad knees.
Terrible.
Must be
names.
murder.
I never liked the name Steve Austin. If they were up to me, I'd have called him.
Piping hot Stephen Texas.
Is he from?
Come and get your Stephen Texas piping hot.
John?
John Gracey.
Big bald bastard.
Lovely. Bracket.
Brackets, B cubed.
Yeah.
Which would mean 9 Bs, but it's...
There also was a
No, it
wrestler
wouldn't.
called
Called
B
B
Squared.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I mean, it's a reference to B squared. Yeah. Oh.
I always like to reference Bolt Buchanan on this show when I can.
It's because you look so much like him.
But you're right, it would be
9
be
Bs.
9 Bs.
Thing.
Well, I better change this.
And Daniel.
I went in a slightly different direction
I've never liked the name Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you're up to me, I'd have called him.
and asked him to dinner and a movie.
Even though you've never liked him.
Never liked his name.
I've never liked his name.
But
So-
oh God, what a lovely face
If it were up to me, I'd have called him
And
And
asked
asked
him
him-
to dinner and a movie.
Oh, it's
Dramatically, it's
very,
perfect.
very
That's
And you
lovely.
never know what food would have been a particular temperature that gave him a new name.
That's it.
He might be warm tapioca.
That's how we became Piping Hot Stephen Texas. This is actually a narrative.
right. There we go.
Yep.
So Lucas selected one of the answers that he thinks is the best. What we're going to do now is we're going to bet with our tokens as to which one we think Lucas picked. You can split your tokens between 2 answers to hedge your bets, or you can put them all on one if you're particularly confident Luke might have gone for it. Let's do that, and then I'll explain how the scoring works.
Okay, I'm going to go 1 on Sullivan and 1 on Dan.
Oh, thanks, babe.
I'm going to do the same as Holly and do that.
I'm going to bet on myself and also go to Sullivan.
I think I'm going to do the same. Oh no, the points will mean nothing. The points will mean nothing
The points
unless
will
Jon
mean
goes
Jon
different.
Gracey.
I definitely
Go a
give
bit
one on
wild.
Sullivan, but I reckon Luke might enjoy my alliteration.
Trust in your source.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm back myself.
Do you get an extra point if yours was the answer?
Yes, so what will happen is the person who put the answer down that Lucas picked will get 1 point. Everyone else who bet on that answer will get a point for each of their tokens on it. Luke will also get points for each token on the same answer as the one he bid, but only to a maximum of 3. So Luke is capped at a maximum of 3 points here. Who did you pick?
Man, there's points all around. Pick John's.
Whoa! Yes! Oh my god! Get in!
So
You got to back yourself in this life.
Yeah.
that means that
I
John
did.
gets
Made me laugh.
2 points, 1 for Luke picking it and 1 for
His
the
own
token
bet.
he bet on it, and Luke gets 1 point. Yes. Everyone else, you suck.
Nada.
Oh my god. When would be the worst time to be the victim of a Money in the Bank cash-in? Okay. Laurie, do
Do you want to
first?
reread the prompt?
Yeah. When would be the worst time to be the victim of a Money in the Bank cash-in?
Mid your own money in the bank cash in. And that person gets the money in the bank cash in, creating an infinite loop that lasts all time and everyone in it dies of old age.
Cash-in.
But I couldn't fit all of that in, so
Yes.
But it's implied.
it's implied. Yeah.
Sullivan, when would be the worst time to be the victim of a Money in the Bank cash-in?
While on the toilet. Ooh, how embarrassing.
Do you have any paper in that briefcase?
I thought so.
I must wipe my bottom.
I don't know how to go to the bathroom with a Money in the Bank cash-in. John, when would be the worst time to
Or
be the
unless
victim?
unless you're like standing and pissing, and as you're rolled up for it, like just get an arch of golden piss.
Onto your own face.
Onto your own
presumably.
face.
Oh
so
dear.
embarrassing.
Disgusting.
So embarrassing.
You'll never live this down at the WI.
I'll never be accepted in the club again.
All the wrestlers at the country club won't let me in.
Bingo won't let this go, I know.
I'll never be hanging out with Gold Dust at the country club. Yeah.
Another one.
He presumably
Another
is
wrestler,
rich.
eh?
I assume he's got money.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't
think so.
he does much.
No.
So John's wrestler tally is currently at 2.
2, yeah.
And the cheese guy.
Dave Nelson's not a wrestler.
Oh, okay. Which I know.
We made him up, John.
Of course you did.
He's a wrestling journalist.
Right. He's basically a wrestler. Has he ever gone into the ring?
Yeah, I think if you want to
When the-
Then he's a wrestler. We got it.
When all the arenas have closed and he gets in and he starts running the ropes himself, having his own 5-star match. Like
Yeah.
the arena's empty.
in which case I've done that.
There you go.
There we go.
But John, when would be the worst time to be the victim of a Money in the Bank cash-in?
When you've just been promoted to the head of the bank. Where's my money gone?
Uh-oh.
How embarrassing.
Spaghetti-o.
Give me my money back.
Oh, it's
you
so
crazy
good.
wrestlers.
Not these wrestlers again.
Stop taking my fucking money. What's wrong with you guys? Get a real job.
Get a real job.
I'm really tempted to double up on you for my shit.
At an actual bank, think of the ironies, Alanis Morissette levels of irony.
Oh, these are very strong
These are good.
contenders.
Great.
All right.
Holly gets the vote.
Oh no, no chips yet. No chips
no.
yet.
No, Holly has to lock it in first.
Who knows where this was going to go? We can't possibly know.
So once Holly's locked it in,
Yeah, Holly, you happy with
Okay.
that? 10. All right, where would you like this to go?
John.
On me?
Yep.
I'm going to give one to you and one to Luke.
I'm betting on myself, but also popping one there.
I'm doubling down on John. I think John and Luke have both great, but I think you're going to suffer from
Being second.
John's coming first.
I feel like I'm going to go Sullivan with my extra. For my second.
Yeah, I think a little bit of scatological humour goes down well. I'm gonna back my stupid answer.
It's not going to be the fucking oats though, is it?
She loves oats.
Setting a dangerous precedent.
Okay, Holly.
If you pander to this terrorist, we're all going to do porridge.
I get my channel!
I also think this was actually probably the cleverest out of all of them. All of us have been very silly.
Didn't make sense.
So I'm going to write poo next time.
The bar is lowering.
Poo
I
wag.
picked John.
Hey!
I do think you did suffer by going second there.
Okay, so that is, do not move tokens. That is 3 points for Holly, first of all, for there being multiple tokens on this. John gets 1 for putting the answer that Holly picked and 1 for his tokens. That's another 2 for John. Dan's going to get 1 because he's got 1 token on there. Sullivan's going to get 1. Luke is going to get 1.
Yeah.
Putting them all in the wrong place.
I was about to say that.
And I have got 2. What was the main event of WrestleMania 59? 20 years from now, that would be. Does everyone have an answer, Dan?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't call mine exactly an answer. I'm not backing myself.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm not backing myself with this one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here we go. Let's find out what people have put. What was the main event of WrestleMania 59, Sullivan?
Laurie versus Robo Laurie. You said your favourite wrestlers, so I presume you must be your favourite wrestler and Robo Laurie.
You're correct.
Yes.
What is
I think I like Robo Laurie more, though. I love robots.
Mecha Laurie.
Is Robo Laurie,
Laurie.
does it have like your mind? Or does it just look like you?
I think it just looks like me.
Okay.
Red lorry, red
And then
lorry.
if it's a transformer, it transforms into a lorry.
Okay.
Oh, yes, like Optimus Prime.
Optimus
Yeah.
Prime. Okay. Yeah. Do I get the Matrix of leadership?
Wow.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we'll chuck in the Matrix.
I'm in.
we'll chuck in the Matrix and leadership. Don't worry about it.
Brilliant.
You do have to give us a hot rod immediately after you get it, though.
Oh.
A hot rod.
I don't want
That was just for me and Laurie.
Yeah.
That's a Transformer reference.
It's a Transformers reference. John, what was the main event of WrestleMania 59?
Promo to WrestleMania 69. Nice. And you can imagine what that is in your mind. It's a lot of wrestlers doing some very naughty things.
In 10 years' time.
There will be
10
a
years.
nice show. That's what the promo says.
So nice.
I'm going to grab you, turn you sideways,
Now we're going to flip
lay on
around.
top.
I mean, wrestling's basically that already, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of sweaty men kind of 69ing each other.
And yet they don't like it when I have my chest out. They really don't.
Yeah, they don't.
You've got too much hair.
The number of comments of people who resent me having my chest out at any point when we're on a wrestling chat.
We're not
Yeah,
here to
I've
see
never-
men
I've never
without
even-
clothes on.
I've
Come
never
on.
even put those two
Those
things
nipples
together.
away, Daniel.
You couldn't possibly have your chest out.
I can see the shape of his balls in those shorts.
That's what I'm
but
talking
that
about.
chest out is
Far too
too
many.
much.
Far too many. Shall I tell you my
Dan,
answer
yes,
now?
what was the main event of WrestleMania 59, Dan?
It was Shane McMahon's sons versus Stephanie McMahon's daughters in a trios match for the control of the company.
Very good.
I like it.
I can see that.
Yeah, I
actually
can actually
being
see
a
that.
thing. Luke, what was the main event of WrestleMania 59?
Roman versus Cody finishing the story, or poo?
I think
Cover all your bases.
it might actually take that long, Luke. Holly, what was the main event of WrestleMania 59?
Roman Reigns fights someone who should win, but he wins instead. So we went on a similar basis.
The Roman shade lasts 20 years. Right, let's have a little selection.
It's tense. We all want
Okay.
it.
I've made my decision.
I'm going to back myself.
Right, I'm sorry
Back
about
you,
that.
and I'm
I
gonna back
also
Dan.
think
Oh, thanks.
I'm going to go
Just so I would watch that.
John again.
I would.
Yeah.
Don't book it, but I would watch it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to also back Dan.
It's the kind of like Desperate Housewives type wrestling I want to watch.
Take that.
I don't know enough about wrestling to know which of these are good. But I think from your responses, cold reading, that was good. But also Robo Laurie.
Robo Laurie.
And it's 69.
I do love robots.
It's how much Laurie wants to reward my puerile humour. So I'm gonna do 1 and 1 again.
Very nice.
Well, I actually went with one that I can see being the main event of WrestleMania.
Okay.
I guess it's mine then.
Yeah. Laurie versus Robo Laurie.
I actually went with Luke.
Oh!
It was the
Back
poo.
myself.
Yeah.
The poo that tips over the edge.
It was the poo.
It was the poo. It's
Poo
the
and
addition
Reigns.
to
Always
poo.
No, I just like the idea that
Cody
Cody's
Boos.
like they keep just delaying Cody's story for 20 years. He's like, I'm gonna finish it.
I'm gonna finish that story."
I'm gonna finish it. So Luke, you get a point for that.
Yeah.
This one pops over here.
John, I think you're going to do well in this.
All right.
What would have made Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada even better? There we go.
So Sullivan.
Oh, yes, here we go. What would have made Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada even better?
If Billy Alpha got involved, his biggest rival, the Clash of the Titans. When's it going to be over? We've all been asking. Get him in.
They were friends in school. They grew up together.
But they haven't closed off that storyline yet. And we all want to see
Potentially
it.
brothers. We don't know. We don't know.
Who's to say?
We all just want to see that. We want to see that. Mr. McMahon, finish it.
Yeah, he's the one who's got control over that.
Yeah. Finish the fight. Halo 3. Let's move
I
on.
also love the idea that Billy Alpha's probably got a podcast.
Billy Alpha's definitely.
Here's the problem with Kenny Omega.
It's cool.
You all are Kenny Omegas out here.
And he has a little question section called Alpha Male where people send stuff.
That's very good.
Oh,
Very
it's
good.
so good. I hate it so much.
It's bad. It's a bad
great.
podcast.
That's great.
It's a bad fictional podcast.
Bad podcast.
Dan, what would have made Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada even better?
A halftime performance from Liza Minnelli.
Oh!
Just imagine it.
You know what?
They take a break, they go to the separate sides of the ring, and then she comes out. She sings
What's she
New
going
York,
to sing?
New York, New York.
Yeah.
And then...
In the Tokyo Dome.
yeah. They love it. Start spreading the... Mama! It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
That would have been great. That would have been wonderful. Luke, what would have made Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada even better?
John's analysis.
Well, we can change that right now.
3 unbroken minutes on Omega Okada.
Yeah. All right. Can someone start a clock?
Yep, have we got...
Yep, it started.
These two titans of wrestling have been at each other's throats for years, and we really need to see an end to it. And here we are in the Tokyo Dome, ready for all things to be decided. Kenny Omega, he's stepping into the ring, and he really looks like he's ready to fight. He really looks like he's ready to take down, what's his name?
Kazuchika Okada.
Kazuchika Okada, the titan of Japanese wrestling that he is, ready to lay the smackdown. Kenny comes in with a pile driver to the right. Kenny...
To the right.
To the right.
To the right, yep.
2.5 minutes to go.
Kazuchika ducks. Wait, am I analysing what they're doing?
Or your analysis of the match in general.
It's finished already.
Yeah.
Oh, this finished.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that was just a quick recap of the first 30 seconds of the fight. I think the best man won.
Oh, look, time's up.
You've got 2 minutes left.
Yeah. What else is there to
Oh,
say?
Luke, we don't.
What, Holly? What would have made Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada even better?
I mean, it's really hard because, like, I love them both. I do think there was something missing though, and it was an angry raccoon.
It's a wild card.
That's an angry raccoon music.
Wait, who's that coming in?
By God Almighty.
It's like flies at Kenny, just like, oh, and he's gone.
Well, I've applied some Hollywood thinking here because this is obviously a series of matches between two of the greatest wrestlers living currently, two titans
That's what John was just saying.
of the industry. But the thing it was missing was a pointless romantic subplot.
Honestly though, I just want to vote on that.
That's very good.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it would.
Just kiss already.
Yeah.
Why did we just kiss? Come
Why
on.
listen? It sounds great.
Sullivan, make your choice.
So this is very difficult.
Oh,
These
it's
are all
really
These
hard.
are great.
Okay, I have made my decision.
I feel like Sullivan loves a character, so I'm doubling down on Billy Alpha.
Do you mean a real wrestler?
Oh, excuse me, yeah, sorry, yeah.
I suppose all wrestlers are characters, really.
John's analysis is very funny.
I'm going to
Yeah.
back myself, but now I'm torn between raccoon and romantic slug.
Romantic slug plot.
Okay, romantic slug plot.
I
Romantic
really
slug plot.
want
I'm gonna-
this. This is what
I'm
I
backing
want.
me, and I'm giving one to John.
I think this would make it better.
I do love the idea that they're in the middle of a beautiful chain sequence. Like, it's some of the most exquisite technical wrestling you've ever seen. And then an angry raccoon just, and suddenly they're like, oh my god, there's chaos all over
There's
the
been like
place.
Undertale music.
Yeah.
There's like they've been all like squared up against each other.
It's
And
like
then-
a sort of Royal Rumble. Every 5 minutes into the match, they release another raccoon.
Another raccoon.
But imagine no music. Imagine just the sound of an angry raccoon from far away, like from backstage, and then just like it comes out.
This is really tough. I think I like
They do use a lot of bins in wrestling, to be fair, and that would attract raccoon.
Imagine getting the bin out from under the ring. You open the lid.
You're right to be as evenly spread as you are, because it's a very, very difficult decision. But I have gone for
The romantic subplot.
Oh!
Yeah.
Point.
I really like the idea of that. Be very fun. Be very silly.
Okay, so that is 1 point to Jon Gracey. That is 2 points to me, 1 point to Luke, and 3 points to Sullivan.
I'm having a stinker of a game.
Who would I want to commentate on my first wrestling match? So picture the scene. The lights are up. We're in the Tokyo Dome.
You're in the Tokyo Dome.
We're always in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
All wrestling takes place in the
Name
Tokyo Dome.
another famous wrestling venue.
Ali Pali.
That's good. Yeah.
I've been to see wrestling there. Thank you very
There you
much.
go.
Have you really?
On my friend's stag do. That's where I saw the surfer.
Uh-huh.
Remember that? I don't know which video I talked about that. It's the only wrestler I remember seeing live. He just had a surfboard. I enjoyed him. I don't know his name. What do you want from me?
We're doing progress show.
Yeah.
She's
So it's probably
Nakamura?
Chuck Mambo.
Chuck Mambo.
It's about 5 years
I imagine
ago.
it was Chuck Mambo.
Chuck Mambo.
I come out dressed however you want.
Oh,
Oh,
Sorry,
fabulous.
just one
Didn't
second.
know we got choices.
In dungarees.
Yeah.
Like Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be
Paul Bearer comes
brilliant.
out in a black suit,
And dungarees.
all bow tie with dungarees on
And
top.
top of the suit.
and I murder him because he's wearing dungarees.
But
That's
you're
just
also
how it
wearing
is.
dungarees.
I'm not. That's you know
What
what?
is your beef with dungarees?
Just come on. I don't. Do I have to say it?
Okay.
Yeah, you look like a big baby.
Like a big baby.
That's
Yeah.
why I like it, because I feel like a big baby and I'm just comfortable. And
I'm
I
sure-
would be wearing my pajamas
Hey.
if I was allowed.
Hey,
I
am
You
not.
are allowed. There's
no
obviously
rules.
no dress
Yeah,
code.
clearly there's no dress code, Holly.
You think if there was a dress code,
It's
we'd be
because
letting
you're
this
impossible
thing
to
get-
mic up, Dan.
Why is that
Impossible to mic up.
Why are you slagging off Dan when Holly's wearing dungarees right here?
I'll write that down, Laurie.
Dan's
Just
gonna
you
start
wait.
a book.
Burn
The
book.
receipt will come.
Yeah, but to go back to what I'm saying, you look like a big baby if you wear dungarees. And I'm
is
sure
the
they're
truth.
comfortable.
so
That's not that,
comfortable.
there's no question
Yeah.
they're comfortable.
But comfort is
I'm
my
sure
main,
baby grows
my
are
main
comfortable.
I could be
squeeze.
wearing-
I actually have a onesie that sometimes I wear to Comic Con because it's the most comfy thing in the world.
Yeah.
Daniel.
But there is a price for that
It's
comfort.
a dragon,
There is a price for
so
that
I'm
comfort.
walking around like a giant dragon
Dragon onesie.
at Comic Con.
I'd be wearing it at Comic Con.
I work with babies.
When
Yeah.
I work with big babies.
Comic Con,
I think you said Comic Con.
not Comet Convention.
Now you can be like, I work with big babies. You quite often claim that you're just a clean
Oh.
baby.
Right, we need to bring it back. We need to bring it back. Bring it back.
I've got a clean bottom.
I'm a clean baby.
Just a clean little baby.
We're losing ourselves.
Right, as I was saying, lights up. I come in. You know what? You don't get to decide what I'm wearing because you're gonna pitch dungarees. I'm wearing some cool spandex. Some little budgie smugglers, as they call them in Australia. I've forgotten what the UK term is. Little swim
White fronts.
Little swim trunks.
Speedos.
Glistening muscular body. And then Paul Bearer's wearing a suit because that's what he wears.
Of course.
Who's going to commentate? Dan, who would I want to commentate?
Jon Gracey. You've got your own little head mic on.
Very good.
I did think that might be coming, to be honest. And I'll be honest, it's going to be hard to beat. What do we got, Luke?
Well, I was going to have the exact same answer, but I thought, no, you don't want that. What you want, commentating on it, is a Guardian 5-star review.
Oh, I would love that! That elusive 5 from The Guardian.
Their first ever wrestling review.
Written by Jon Gracey.
Holly, who would I want to commentate?
Almost wrote Jon Gracey, but I thought actually you want your whole brand on show here, and you want someone who understands you. So you want a real werewolf.
Oh. So a real, transformed into wolf form.
Oh yeah.
A dangerous
Probably
predator.
killing audience members.
Just roaming around murdering people.
Have they transformed
That could
yet?
be the
Because if they're not
In a
transformed
booth.
yet,
Just smashing at the glass.
If they're not transformed, they're just some guy.
but then Paul Bearer's music hits and the Titantron hit and it's got a big moon on it, and then they transform.
maybe when John hits his finisher.
It's a moon.
The
Moon.
Fall from Grace. Fall from Grace.
Fall from
Grace.
Gracey!
Wait, I mean, so
From Grace.
Okay, here's what it is.
That's really good to
Here's
dive.
what it is.
So we're still struggling here because your move is not a moon.
Yeah, it can't be the moon.
So when I'm ready to do
good
when I'm
point.
ready to do the
With his
move,
pants down.
when I'm ready to do the move, I pull my pants down and my
moon.
my
That's why
ass.
it's called a fall from Gracie.
No, okay, no, I've got this. I've
Because
got
you
this.
fall from Grace.
I knock Paul Bearer to the ground. I'm ready to do my finisher. I look up to the box where the werewolf untransformed is, and we pull a switch, and the moon is revealed. Like the skylight pulls down, the moon reveals. Werewolf transforms, jumps down onto me, and then falls off me. It's got to be a fall from Grace. It's got to be falling from me, and lands on Paul Bearer and tears him apart with his werewolf
He
claws.
kills him, murders him.
It's a real werewolf, as
Yeah,
you clarified.
it
So
is.
Paul is dead after this.
Goodness
Unlike before the match, He's dead, right?
Yeah,
Is
he's
that
dead,
right?
yeah.
Unlike before the match.
I thought you were going to get your bum out.
Yeah, it'd be much funnier if you were just on the rope doing an elbow drop with your bum out.
That's a bit crass.
It's called
I'm not one of those gimmicky wrestlers, thank you. I'm a class act.
even though it's a real werewolf.
All right.
A real werewolf. Yes, Laurie, who would I want to commentate?
John, you'd obviously want International Hitmakers, Crowded House.
Oh, I thought it was a sitter with Jon Gracey.
I don't know what's going to
They
happen.
got hit after hit. They can just fill the
He's so right as well.
the ring with music.
Oh, don't dream it's over. My God. Fucking hell, Laurie. I'm being pandered to and I love it.
I
You
couldn't.
better be careful.
Fall at your feet. They could fall at your
Fall at your
feet.
feet. Fall from Gracey at your feet.
Yeah.
I couldn't
With the
think
bums
of
out.
anyone. With your bums out. I couldn't think of anyone myself. So I was just like, who'd be weird to commentate? So I went for Christopher Hitchens. Christopher Hitchens? Christopher Hitchens, the famous
political-
socialist intellectual.
Yeah, I know the name.
Yeah, 100%. I would love to see that.
pretty cool.
Watching Jon Gracey wrestle.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious.
Fuck, that would be good, wouldn't it?
John has done some very strange things. Pulled his pants down. And that's actually interesting. It brings on the subject of God.
There's a large dog that's
Produced a real werewolf on
Is it
stage.
produced me a werewolf, which does go against my sort of anti-theistic beliefs.
Does make you question the origin of man.
I can't believe the Guardian gave this a 5-star review.
This is, honestly, I thought it was a sitter with Jon Gracey, but these are all so good. I'm really struggling. I know I shouldn't say anything at this point.
Please select a matic.
Fucking hell.
I don't think you can do a wrong
Let us know
answer.
when you're locked in, John. And then we will.
Yeah, it's definitely not a wrong answer here.
Decided.
going all in on Crowded House. The idea of Neil and Tim Finn.
I'm
Sitting in the
going
box.
50.
I'm going 50. I'm going to say Sullivan.
Yeah, because
I also am, although I love the Christopher Hitchens accent. I want to go on Crowded House.
All right.
I'm going to go one on Jon Gracey, one on Crowded House.
Okay. This is really tough. Obviously, I want the Guardian 5 with a 5-star review. That would be great. Obviously, I want Real Werewolf because we figured out the final move, which it does involve murdering my opponent, but there's plenty more
Without the
wrestlers.
real werewolf, the match is a 4-star.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I want Crowded House there because they're a good band, and for Laurie to have to admit that is great and nourishing to my soul. You've said it now,
I think I
Laurie.
admitted it.
You did. We
No,
know
I
it.
said
It's
called
on
them
film.
international hitmakers. Didn't give
There we go.
an
That's
opinion about what I
fine.
thought
That's
about
fine.
it.
Just stop,
Yeah.
Laurie. Just stop. Christopher Hitchens. I don't know exactly who he is, but the way you described him would be amazing to have him confusingly commentate against already a very weird wrestling match. And having me commentate would be so impossible. Well, so am I commentating
You've
from
got a little
within
like,
the match?
like a little Janet mic on.
The most
and you're
egotistical
like-
thing I've ever
and
seen.
you're like, oh, Jon Gracey's really going hard on him.
round of
no, he's been taken down, but he's fine. Jon Gracey's fine, everybody.
Round of applause for
There's a
me.
lot of breaths in that mic.
didn't Booker T once commentate on
He
himself?
did in TNA, yeah.
He went around going, Booker T's been up this.
But there's, I have decided, and there is something so delightful about an entire band commentating. So I had to pick Crowded. All of them crowded into the booth, not really knowing what's going on.
Crowded House!
So yeah, it's gotta be it. So I did vote for Crowded House.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very
Very
good.
good. Crowded House. How can I think
Please
of
take your
it?
tokens back.
Smart to double down.
Yeah. So for that, John is going to get 3 points.
Ooh.
Holly gets 2 points.
Yeah.
Luke gets a point.
Yeah, he does.
I got
Dan
1
gets a
point.
point. Sullivan gets a point, and I get 2 points. Dan Layton.
What professional wrestling record do I hold? John's doing some last minute
just
additions.
a little.
Lawrence is writing.
A thesis.
Yeah.
Bob in there.
Not me.
Couldn't be
Keeps it
me.
short and sweet.
Oh, I went to a jumped up polytechnic.
Most bad takes. That's what it'll be in the comments, won't it?
Drama school, we didn't have to write anything down.
No. Yeah. Oh, my first year of university was 5 hours of lessons a week.
Oh my
Mine was 2.
God. Mine was.
Is that
50.
Cambridge education? Was 50?
50, yeah.
50?
Drama
Yeah.
school, you do 10-hour days, and then it builds up to like 14, 15 hour
Oh
days.
my god.
What? Why?
Acting's
dead easy.
You got to pretend to be an animal for 5 hours a day.
I'm a tree!
I never even did animal studies, not even once.
You didn't?
Not in those 3 years, no.
You didn't?
No.
I did animal studies.
Yeah.
I was a
What if
tiger.
you're playing a gorilla?
I was a tiger
I thought
for
animal
6
studies-
months.
What?
Holly's still a tiger.
I'm always a tiger.
Tiger wearing dungarees.
Holly's the tiger who came to tea.
Oh, I love that. Drank all of Daddy's beer. The tiger that came to
What a
tea.
prick.
Yeah, what?
Well, someone's got to tell the tiger to leave. I'm not telling him. he's pissed on beer now.
Imagine seeing a drunk tiger.
Call someone.
It was Stella as well. He's got a white beater on.
He's just sitting in front of the TV watching the football.
Somehow he's got sunburn on his neck.
He's getting very angry at Countdown.
Offside, Carol.
O's not a vowel, Carol! Pretty sure.
He only wants to spell football. Matt, give us more letters.
Look at that Susie Dent. What a bit of crumpet.
I like to visit a dictionary.
I love this book.
I like her to explore me with a pen camera.
I love this book so much.
Yeah, so this is your favourite chapter.
Yeah, this is the best chapter.
Yeah.
Best chapter.
The Tiger Caves too, yeah.
Yeah, you not read chapter 2?
It's very early on.
My dad used to read it to me.
The tiger who came around for a few tinnies during Countdown. That's what it's called. Yeah.
And refused to leave.
Yeah.
Until he'd order a prawn boona.
That sounds great.
Just lots of people standing at the back of the book going like, is he going home at any point?
I'll go, but I want a number 1. A number 15.
The parents is going, right. Over and over and over again.
If you leave now,
I'll
you can
set
get
up the camp bed. Staying over again.
If you leave now, the tube will still be open.
Yeah, we are awfully tired, Mr. Tiger.
Speaking of still being here, what professional wrestling record do I hold?
Deepest fee.
No.
Deepest fee.
Most unnecessary nipples on a podcast.
Deepest V.
Sluttiest presenter, brackets low cut top. Which is basically deepest V.
You got a brand, Dad! You got a brand!
I know, what are you doing?
Well, I tried to make my clothes better to my cup, Lauren!
I like the idea that you only have deep V's because you open up your t-shirts like a wrestlers do.
How could I possibly choose between these?
Dan Layton, please make a selection. Please make an arbitrary selection.
What was yours?
Most unnecessary nipples in a podcast.
Brilliant. That's
That is
fantastic.
good.
That's really good.
Particularly in a podcast.
Yeah. Also because the most is 2.
Oh, that colour's not in it. I tried to do a random one and it went for the colour that's not here. Okay. Go.
Shit.
Oh,
There
I
we
feel
go.
like we're
Sluttiest presenter. Absolutely. I absolutely love Sluttiest presenter.
I also like Sluttiest Presenter. I think it's meant with lots of love.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
gonna split between
This is
unnecessary nips and slightly presented.
This is slut praising. It's the opposite
Yeah.
of slut shaming.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, we
literally
like
getting
slut
an award
praise.
for it.
I'm going to go here and I'm going to go here.
I do think the nipples in a podcast is good, but I don't know.
I'm hedging my bets with that one.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh.
Yeah, John, you can do that if you want to.
I don't know. No, I'll have faith in myself. All right.
I simply love it. I'm a slutty presenter.
I love it.
Okay, folks, are you ready for final score? With 5 points total, Dan Layton.
Thanks so much, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here.
But you are
But
the
Sluttiest
sluttiest
With
presenter.
6
There it
points, Luke Owen. With 7 points, Holly Musgrave, Laurie Blake, and Sullivan Brown. Which means that our winner with 11 points is Jon Gracey. Lord Yokozuna.
Oh, this guy! Look
There
at
you
him!
go.
Look at him go! Did you squeeze his legs? Did you do anything?
No, it's just
He's just commemorative.
Stop squeezing his legs.
I'd like to stop, but I can't. Look at his little bow in the back. I remember this guy. He was in wrestling computer games, wasn't he? Yeah. Yokozuna.
Yeah?
Thanks very much.
Can
He's
you
gonna have a sit
show
down.
him doing the fall from grace?
Yeah, sure.
please.
So the fall from grace is me standing. In fact, it's going to be me standing here, and then the werewolf comes down, transforms. So he's just Jeff at the moment, and then he transforms into a elf at this point, falls off me, and at that point he's transforming mid-air, falls down, tears Pallbearer apart.
So
it doesn't
you're
quite-
barely sort of involved.
I'm more of a
really.
stepping
So
stone.
you're left standing here watching.
Yeah.
Well, that's where it's
So that's been our episode
As
of
you
No Holds
howl.
Barred.
Yeah, and I do the
We'll
house.
see you next week when we're going to be playing Sounds Fishy. It was insightful, interesting, and wholly unnecessary. John, thank you so much for being here. See you next week. Jam that jam, everyone.
Jam that jam.
But what if Pallbearer was oats?
Bang, 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 bang.
Don't you dare pollinate my flowers, you piece of shit, bee!
Bang, 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 bang.
It's a long film.